My stupid camera. Why is he using my stupid camera?
Yay, it's another time for two Rad Dads and Steve's stupid camera. We're having a little AV stuff going on. Don't worry about that.
Yeah. I don't even know what microphone or what camera's being used right now.
Okay.
Who cares? You can see all of my junk behind me, so that's all that matters.
That's what's important.
Con, how are you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Oh, don't share my screen yet. I'm
Okay,
still
cool.
trying to figure out my displays.
I wasn't going to. Why don't you just share it when you're ready? How about that?
Let's do that. Why can't I view my displays right now? That's what I want to know. Or see my display settings.
While you're working on that, I do not have heavy metal water today. Instead, I have heavy metal beer. And that is an Axeman IPA. That's right.
That's better than the water. I'm happy about that. I have a very cloudy looking whiskey sour.
Nice. Did you run today?
It's good. I did not. What did I do today? Tomorrow I will run. Today I actually had a rest day. I didn't do anything.
Is that why you're kind of all over the place?
What are you saying? You're saying I'm not on top of my game today?
No. Hey, which camera are you going to use? You going to use that one?
That's the only one that StreamYard recognizes right now, my friend. So it's the one that we're using. Okay. I would love to change it. I don't have a choice. So unless I leave and come back, which seems like not the right thing to do right now. So
no, the fans need us to continue.
It doesn't matter because I'm going to be looking over here anyways. So
that's right.
No one's going to see my face.
No.
All right. Do you want to like hang out more? Or do you want to?
No, I would like to see more about this Chrome extension.
We can talk about stupid stuff anytime.
Right.
Okay. So now we can. Oh wait, let me try to present, and I'm gonna actually kill this one and represent because I think that it was sharing the wrong screen.
Oh. Squarespace is going to be so mad at us. Okay, right. There we go.
You can see just the VS Code, yeah? Yeah,
correct.
Right to me. Okay. So I made us a little agenda.
Nice.
Like I'm still a little bit reeling from that comment about is that why you're all over the place? So just to like contradict that, let's look at this. I made an agenda, and that's like
take that, John.
Super good. Yeah, take that, John, who probably hasn't run in a month.
John's run?
Okay. Ever.
Yeah.
Yeah, I made us a little agenda. So today what we're doing is we're doing this thing that we're going to call, can you make it look a little better?
Yeah.
And where I wanted to start was actually some of Pavlos's commit logs. That's something that we talked about last time.
So this is like follow-up.
Yeah, this is follow-up. Oh, but you know what? I need to like actually go find these commit logs. Oh, who's on top of their stuff today?
Man, should have got that running.
If it works. All right, give me 1 second. I can totally find this in no time flat.
Yeah.
Because it's in Slack. All right, here we go. So the background for this is Pavlos is our friend. And Pavlos is the last time we met, we talked about how he has these epic commit names that are just like useless. They're useless names. I'm just going to say that. The reason they came up was because we made our first commit, which was a commit named Batman. And we were like, what does that mean? What are we doing? So the first commit log I want to show you, if I can control my mouse like an adult, is a commit log from Pavlos, where we actually see the commit Batman. And as I explained the last time, the reason he names it Batman is because it's the first commit and it doesn't have any parents and he's heartless.
Yeah.
He's most importantly that. Yeah. He is. So this is a good example because it's got the Batman commit. Yeah. LOL icon, alpha workflow. Okay. I mean, like these are actually pretty, like, these aren't bad as far as I would want something more than this. But as far as Pavlos commit names go, these are pretty good.
Can I mention that it's just a coincidence that he's got a Batman commit and an Alfred commit? This is not a Batman themed project. This is just coincidence.
As far as we know. I think it's, so the name of the project is actually funny too. I kick you out if we look at what it is. This is like, there's some baggage to this, I guess. I don't know how to say this, but so this is a script or shortcut to rejoin the last Zoom call, useful after Zoom kicks you out after 40 minutes. Why would Zoom kick you out after 40 minutes? Because you're not paying for Zoom and you're on the free tier. And when you're doing that and you're having meetings on Zoom on a regular basis, you get kicked out a lot. Right. So anyways, this is this thing that he built, whatever. Let's look for another log. I am going to, this one I think is funny.
Okay.
Let's see what we got. So this is on the Eigen repository, which is Artsy's mobile app. I like this one. More, most. It's pretty simple.
Mm-hmm.
And then
you really get a sense of his momentum.
Yes, exactly. You kind of feel it. I like these. All right, let's go all the way to the back. Update. This is kind of useful. He's like telling us what he's doing. Fixed. Not now. CI. This works.
Yeah.
Unmock. Try CI. This is great. Okay, so there's one more that I grabbed. I don't know if it has anything that we haven't looked at, but we'll just take a quick look. Oh, that's one I liked because of the name.
Unmock.
But gently.
Yeah, do it nice.
This is a classic. Let's go.
Let's go. Yeah.
Here's Boom, which he mentioned in a comment. A second Boom. Yo, So, anyways, that's all I wanted to say about that. Kids, don't be like Pavlos, except like as a person, he's great. Just his commit logs are trash.
Yes, emulate him as a nice person in the world. Do not emulate his commit messages. Do anything, and you'll be better than him.
Exactly. All right, John, I'm switching back over on the browser so I can see your face again.
Nice.
We did that. Whatever. So orient ourselves. We could actually just read through this agenda really quick. Orient ourselves because it's been 2 weeks and we probably forgot what the hell we were doing.
Yeah.
And then smash some ones and zeros and make stuff happen. I have a note here because this is something that you and I talked about afterwards. It would be nice for us to actually switch drivers. I don't want to drive the whole time. That's part of the reason that I'm doing this with you, is so that you can also do it, because I like to code with you.
Yeah.
I mean, I like it when you do all the work. I saw you have a timer.
Yeah.
How much time is left on there?
Oh, I put it for 23-ish minutes.
Okay, so that takes us to the bottom of the hour. Is that what it does?
That's what I'm trying to do, yeah.
Cool. Okay, so at about the bottom of the hour, we'll switch. Maybe I'll start because I have the most context here on the computer. And then I did, since the last time we hung out, I did create a repo for this in GitHub. And I think I sent that to you, but I'll send it to you right now, or I'll pull it up again. I think I called it Doing a Good Job. Doing a Good Job. Can I put this in StreamYard as like a comment? Can I do that?
Yeah, that worked.
I did it. Like, do you see that now? Can you grab that?
Yeah.
Okay, we're like adults.
One of the cool things is that I have to.
Oh, you can.
Like, all I can do is show it to the audience. I can't actually like click on it and do Command C, Command V. So what I get to do now is just type it again.
Yeah, and good luck spelling my GitHub username without spelling P Poopowitz the first time.
Okay.
That never used to be a problem for me. And then one day it became a problem. Okay, so we're going to switch drivers halfway through so that you can do some coding. And then finally, we're going to let's leave a little bit of time at the end to wrap it up. And specifically today, I want to do that. Actually, that's going to be number 2. Number 1 is, what did we learn? I like the idea of just kind of like circling back and summarizing everything that we did. But also, we need to talk about our next streaming date because I'm going on vacation. So our 2-week cadence, I will be in Spain, and we can't do it then.
Okay.
All right. So we did the first one. Now let's orient ourselves. What did we do the last time? The last time we made this plan, and in this plan we said that we were going to build a Chrome extension, and we started building out a static version. I have this set as my new tab page right now, which has actually been infuriating to me because it looks like such trash.
Right.
That for the last 2 weeks, this page has been coming up. I'm like, oh my god, we need to change this immediately because it looks like garbage.
Right.
But I remember one of the things we learned last week was this is here because we went into my Chrome settings.
Yep.
And can you remind me how we got there? We did.
You want to click on the puzzle piece and then go to manage extensions.
Piece. Yes, thank you. Manage extensions. And so then we had this one here that's like, it's named optional permissions, new tab. That sucks. We're obviously going to have to change that. But it has this cool refresh button that we can hit that, and then it'll like reload the code that's in our source.
Off disk. But that's a crummy way to work. We would rather just drag that file into Chrome so that we can just hit Command R.
Exactly. So I think what we were doing is, let me open it. Oops. That's not at all what I meant to do. I forgot that I don't have my shortcuts on this synchronized from my usual ones. So I'm trying to figure out how to open up a terminal. Well, that's not what I meant to do at all. I meant to do that inside of VS Code. So what I was going to say is if I'm in here and the name of the file, the HTML file is newtab.html, I can just do open newtab.html from my terminal, and it's going to go open that in a tab, which I think is
a nicer workflow.
Yeah. Oops, that's not where that's trying to go. Let's see. What else can I tell you? Is there do we want to look at the code to just catch up on that really quick?
No. I'm good.
Okay. It's like an HTML page. It's got some CSS. Yeah. Okay. So we're at the step where we want to, I don't know why I didn't have this one marked down. Maybe you remember step out the placeholder text. Was there something else that I had wanted to put in here that we talked about? Try to make this bigger so people can see it.
I can't remember for sure. I think that what I was trying to get to was like, so like, is anything here stuff that was just jokey, whatever? Or like, so is it always going to say you're doing a great job? Is it always going to have the time? What is 2 Rad Dads, etc.?
Sure. Yeah, I think that's a good point. I think this 2 Rad Dads was something that we injected here just to like prove connectivity of things. So we can get rid of that really quick. Let's find that. And oh yeah, so right. In our new tab.js, we did this thing.
This was like us making sure we knew that we could inject stuff into the page with JavaScript. I think if we just comment out 12, we'll be able to get, we'll still have like, I mean, it's in Git, so we're not going to lose it no matter what we do. But anyway, yeah, this is how we do things dynamically.
Okay, I think that's good. So I just saved that. I wonder, I think what we learned is that I still have to go back here and refresh this. It's not like hooked up with any cool like hot reloading or anything like that.
Yep.
Okay, so we got rid of that. To answer your question more directly about is it always going to say you're doing a great job? I think that's fine. I think long term, maybe it'd be nice to like rotate through some messages there too. Okay. And so maybe I'll add that to the list of things to do in our plan. Let's see. Find a bunch of inspiring messages, see an inspiring message. But I care about it a lot less. So maybe it's like, I think I'd rather see the temperature before I saw that. But maybe I'll say something like, see one of multiple.
Like headlines or something?
Headlines, I like that.
Cool.
Eventually, maybe we'll get there. Are there any other questions you have about what's on this screen? I know it looks like trash, so I'm doing my best to make it visible.
So I think that You're doing a great job as a headline. It's going to be static. The time, we can just use like a set timeout to get that to work, whatever. Then what follows, Jon says I'm cool as like maybe an H2, and this one time as probably like a P tag or something. That bit was like meant to be ending up like maybe markdown or whatever. And so it's just like insert content here kind of a thing.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking. Was that so this would be like I should be able to basically write this as whatever content I want and have it emit it as HTML without me worrying about it. So Markdown seemed like the logical idea for that. And then long term, it would be like it's going to choose one of multiple of those too.
Okay, cool.
But you actually do raise a good point, which is that I think, oh yeah, we do actually have it set mentioned here that it should be Markdown, because that's going to be like its own thing. Is like, how do we convert the Markdown into HTML? Totally. So I think that captures that.
Okay, I'm happy with that. So I think that we can tick 6.
Yeah, I think you're right. Okay, 6 is done.
Oh.
And we are now on to make it look nicer.
Nice.
So let's start making it look nicer. I think the first thing we can do is let's make this, should just make it white. Like, so the idea long term is that this image is going to rotate a little. Like it'll be different ideally every day. Don't care. So right now, this is hard to read because it's black text on a dark background. Some days it might be a light background. So I'm sort of wondering, there's a couple of ways that I can think about dealing with this. One of them is, do we want to do some sort of the like Steve overcomplicates things way to do it, which is like, do we do some sort of analysis of the image that's up there and look at the pixels and see what the overwhelming color is and choose based on that? Like kind of, I don't know. I'm sure that I think that there are probably libraries that would help us figure that out. The simpler way I think to do it is let's just add like text shadow to it. So actually, if we just go in here and
we can tinker, right?
Yeah, we can tinker around a little bit. I'll make that a little bit bigger. Yes.
Actually, before we do that, we could do font size, because you had to bump up the font size even to just be able to show us the text on this stream. It's all related, but yeah, font stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't even know what zoom level I'm at right now. 150, 175. Part of that I think is going to be necessary regardless. Like if I bump this to 0, I would still want this bigger, as if this was just me and I wasn't trying to impress you. So yeah, I think we can start with some, let's actually go look at the CSS file and see what we even have in there.
I bet it's a disaster.
So this was in here because we started with an example, which was why it's named something like, I don't even remember what the name is in the extensions, but it doesn't make sense for what we're doing. We started with this example and look at this. We left ourselves a comment. Everything below is probably garbage. So we do have this H1 that defines the font family. I might at some point want to change the font family. I don't like the font that's there, but it's not that important to me right now. But we probably could get rid of the rest of this stuff. Do you think?
I think we should. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So let's just totally wax that.
Because I would rather take a step backwards on some styles, but then fix that than like inherit stuff that we're not actually using.
Yep. So what we could do, we could just define something to the body.
One more thing, Steve, that we could get rid of is like the entire intro that's like a copyright from Google.
What are you talking about?
Look at that. Okay.
So I was thinking just throw in this font size here.
Yeah, do it.
I don't know. And then we have to refresh this and see what happens. Oh my God, it's giant.
Well, you are zoomed.
I am zoomed. So if I go back to 0.
Yeah, this is more reasonable.
This feels reasonable to me. And if it's not, when I'm actually working with it, I'll change it.
Totally.
Hey, you know what's weird?
Tell me.
This is a different font than this.
So let's go back to that font family declaration and remember that it is inside of an H1 selector instead of probably belonging in that body selector. That's probably what I would imagine to see that.
Yeah, and I think that would make me like the fonts better all around. So let's get rid of that for now. Really good eye.
Thanks.
Okay. I can dig this. This is I didn't like that kind of old timey serif that was there.
Okay, you had a great
font size
idea
feels
here
better.
about. Yeah, you had a good idea about doing some kind of text shadow, or something to maybe put some white around that, so that you have black and white, and that usually looks pretty good on most, like background images.
Yeah, so let's change this text. What's white? Is it zeros or Fs? It looks like it's Fs.
Yes, totally.
And then font color. It sounds like it's not the right name.
Oh yeah, what is it?
Making stuff
Oh,
up.
it's just color. Yeah, you got it.
Color FFFF, and then text shadow. I think is the one that I'm thinking of.
And I can't believe you're doing this without Chrome dev tools. I would never think that I could do this off the top of my head.
Oh really? All right. I mean, you're right. I don't think I could either. So I refreshed the page. We now have white. Let's go back to our inspector. I'm gonna bump in one more. Let's go to, let's see, it would be on the bodies where I had that applied. So we can say text shadow 00 black is what it wants to give me. I can't really see anything right now. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn off that background image.
Okay.
Boop. Oh no. Well, this actually does prove that adding this text shadow makes it so I can't see it. So whatever it was telling me to do is not right.
It's right in the sense that that's how you describe it, though. It's like a number, a color.
Yeah, but don't you think that we would see it if that was the case?
Well, you want to probably change one of those numbers.
It is there.
To not zero.
It is there.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't realize it was there. You can see it. It looks like what does that look like?
Crap.
It looks like I've got like some sort of burn in my monitor.
Yeah,
that's what it looks like.
So like,
so I think one of those is an offset. Maybe they're both offsets.
Look at that.
So like if I make it 5 and 5, you can see that it's way off. And you can actually see around like this A right here, how far off it is. I don't want that. I think what I probably want is multiple text shadow elements or properties. So what I was thinking is like, what if we were to say, let's throw a text shadow in every direction and then boost it in another direction. Does that make sense?
Like boost it?
Boost it. So we'll do like -1 pixel, black. So now it has, oh, no, it overrides it. Now I have to do commas, I think, to do multiple.
That's correct. I just was looking at the docs and that's how I saw it. Yep.
This is supposed to be 1. And then -1 pixel, black. So now there's actually 2 text shadows applied. One of them goes offset 1 positive, 1 positive. One of them goes offset -1, -1. And then if we do like -1 positive 1, and then +1 -1, we now basically have an outline, right? Because it's got a text shadow that goes the same, it goes the same amount in each of the 4 directions. The 4 directions being diagonal, because each of those offsets is like both an X and a Y.
There's another form of this property that's a triplet of values followed by a color. When you do it that way, you're doing offset, offset, and then what do they call it? Blur radius.
Blur. Yep.
So that's another approach you could take. But whatever. I mean, yeah, this works. And then you probably would just need to like remove the rest of it.
Did not like that. Before we get there, I guess what I meant to say about boost it was, okay, now let's take one direction and boost it further. Well, I guess 3 is too far because then it's just plain silly. So now it's kind of outlined and has that, but I think I definitely want that blur effect there.
That's a nice effect.
So let's, I'm going to look at the docs because oh my God, that's gigantic. Because I totally don't know what you're saying. Text shadow MDN.
Nice.
Oh, because it's a pixel amount. Got it. I was thinking it was I was kind of confusing it for opacity, I think, is what I was doing.
Gotcha.
So what I want to do is say, okay, oops, nope, come back to this one and let's edit it. And then let's change it to, let's just do 2 pixels for all of them and see what happens. We're going to add a 2 pixel blur to each of them. So it looks kind of trashy on this with no background, but let's see what it looks like with an image in the background. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to capture this and I'm going to stick it into our source. Funsies, and then let's refresh this page.
Hard for me to judge how well it looks. Just because of the quality of the the call, like it's going to lose.
We're streaming.
The quality of the stream.
Yeah.
What say you?
What I will say about it is I have no problem identifying the text against the background. It probably could look nicer, but what I want to do also is say, how does this look on a lighter background?
Right.
Because that's where it really that's where this example matters, is because it's white text. Maybe I don't care about that right now. I think
maybe for the purposes of the stream, this is good enough. Yeah,
and this is good enough.
Off camera, you can futz with it to make it perfect.
You don't want to watch me futz with CSS. I actually tried to get out of. I failed an interview once, a tech interview once, because they asked me to do some CSS stuff, and I was like, okay, I can do CSS stuff, but like, do you really want to sit there and watch me futz with it for like an hour? Yeah. Are you going to get anything out of that?
Right.
And the feedback I got afterwards was he just didn't want to do CSS. I'm like, no, I have no problem doing CSS. It just takes time. And like, who wants to sit and watch someone write CSS for them?
No,
okay. Our 0 fans are probably like, CSS is easy. You guys suck.
Just time check. We've got on the order of 3 or 4 minutes.
Okay. I think this looks nicer. I think the next thing that I want to do with it, let's make a commit.
Yes. I think that's
where we changed the CSS and then we changed whatever. I got some stuff to clean up here. So just the CSS is make it look nicer. I don't think we're done making it look nicer because I want to position things better. And maybe that's something that we'll do when we switch over to you.
Okay.
Does that sound okay to you?
Yeah, no problem.
Okay. And then I've got these things. Let's see. Cleaned up old stuff that isn't used. And then the last thing that we did was we Pavlos, I would just say LOL. What do? We tried to keep ourselves
organized.
I like that. All right, I'm pushing this up. Is now a good time to switch? Do you want to take over? All right, so I'm gonna go ahead. I pushed up those changes. And what I'm going to do is kill my presentation, remove that, and we're going to wait for you to get stuff set up.
Boom. Sorry for sharing the screen with the thingy.
The dizzy screen.
The dizzy screen. Okay, I need help telling me when this is not impossible to read.
Okay, hang on 1 second because I lost visual.
This looks,
there we go.
I think, okay.
Oh my god, why can't I see you?
Because I need to remove you from the stream. Or remove your own thing from the stream. Oh,
I just can't see that window when I try to move it to this one. We are.
Oh, you're using Mac OS spaces and they never work the way you hope?
I think that's a fair summary. Okay, I can read your code pretty well.
Nice. Okay, so we're going from Steve's world of VS Code back in time to the 70s, maybe 60s. And so I use Vim, and this is Tmux.
Like a cave person.
Like some kind of animal. and I too will open.
This is why your laptop is named Sabertooth.
Yes, that's right. Then I got to pull this over here and do the dude. Okay.
Cool. I see your browser. It looks nice. I really like that text treatment. Really well done.
All right. Oh, I could look at plan, right? Oh. Huh. I thought you marked this. Or maybe you didn't.
I did not. No, I didn't because I also want to kind of like move things to a different spot. So at the very least, I think centering the text on this page would be nice.
We just did like the old margin trick, you know? And then like a width of, I don't know, 900.
I think that's a great start.
That's a great start, right?
Yep.
Oh, there's my timer.
Oh, look at that.
And I don't actually know how to turn it off, so sorry, everybody. Let's go find that CSS file. All I did here was be like margin 0 auto, and then I gave it a width. I think I chose 900 pixels, kind of arbitrarily. You may certainly change your mind. Okay, so like it's like not terrible.
Not terrible. I think again, when I have some time to CSS with myself, I'll like futz around, move things, resize things. That's fine.
Let's do. Oh, wait a minute. Wait just a minute. Pair current.
Oh, you've got that all set up. Hey, what?
Pavlos.
Pupowitz.
Oh,
just kidding.
Commit. And so this will be like finish or completely finish making it look nice. And pair amend. And for our friends at home, what I did was make it so that this happened. And that means that now we're both getting credit for this commit.
And this is using a tool that Jon wrote, which is named Pear Like the Fruit.
Oh, you need to add me to the repo.
Oh, you don't have
in the settings area.
It.
So I will let you do that. And while you do it, I will mess with maybe making time dynamic. That seems like a thing I could do.
That sounds good. And I am very interested to know how you're going to do that.
So I'm going to go to new tab JS. I'm going to bump this out. Okay, so we have a JavaScript file, got our HTML file. It executes here. And so we have a main. Okay, that's nice. Let's do something to get our maybe like time para. And that would be main query selector. And just to make sure I got the thing I wanted, I will log time pairs. Right, so I will open my Chrome, open my Chrome DevTools here. I'll refresh, and hey, look at that. I have a p tag.
Cool.
Okay. So we have queried our DOM for the element that we want to change the inner text of. I'll just verify that. Something like time para dot inner text equals foo. I think what'll happen is I'll refresh this page. It won't say the time here anymore. Instead, it'll just say foo, and that'll be static again. But at least we dynamically made it static, which is a step in the right direction. Okay, at this point, like we should talk about maybe some more structure here. Like we'd probably need like a set timeout function. What are you thinking?
Yeah, I mean, this is actually, I feel like I tried to do this once and I was really unsuccessful. Okay. I think a set timeout, so like the difficulty comes in how precise do you want to be? Right? Like, do you want to rerun that set timeout every second so that it gets up, the time gets updated on the second? Maybe we could do that, but then you're running it every second, and is that fine or whatever? Versus trying to run that timeout every minute, but if you don't run it on the minute, it's not going to get updated correctly.
While you're saying that overcomplicating, you're reminding me that I don't actually remember how to like do this in a sane way.
No, and I have no idea what has changed. I know a lot of stuff has moved into the browser so that you don't need to use like some
like moment is what I'm thinking of.
Yeah, moments or like date FNs or whatever.
I was hoping for something a little like a format to human, or like human readable something.
Right.
There's some examples. Two date string. It's not. No, 2 time strings not terrible, but you wouldn't like that very. We could do this.
2 locale time string. I think that's fine for now.
Okay,
it's a good start.
This. All right, so I'm gonna grab this to hit.
Oh, but it has the second in it. That's gonna suck. I'll personally find that annoying if it's taking a second.
Okay. Well, I don't care. So I'm gonna say.
This is John telling the product manager to go fuck himself.
Current time, 2 locale time string. Okay, so now I think what will happen is our JavaScript will execute and it will be statically to some time and then never change. Okay, so yeah, it's like every time I'm hitting refresh, I'm seeing the seconds update. Okay, cool.
Hey, John, can I ask you a question?
Please do.
Are you writing Ruby code right now?
No, this is just JavaScript.
No, but it looks like Ruby code because on line 5, I would expect it to be a function call, not just a new date. I'm surprised.
Oh, dude. That's how you make a date in JavaScript.
Yeah, sure, but with parentheses. Do you see the parentheses after that? A Ruby developer doesn't use parentheses if he doesn't need them. And you don't use them if you don't need them, which it's totally legit. It's fine. It works. I just want to point out that I don't know.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate you pointing that out. Does that still work? I have StreamYard in a different.
Look at that. It's got times.
Cool. Okay, and we have 3 lines, and we just have 3 lines of code. We could even make it fewer by doing that here. Okay, this seems good. Find the element, set its inner text. Let's make a function and then execute that function, and then we can make like we're kind of stepping this one step at a time. So I know that you like to do it where it's like const name of function equals, right? Like that's your favorite way to define a function?
No, it's actually not.
Oh, what's your favorite way?
We have been apart for too long. My favorite way to do it is just the keyword function and then the name of the function.
So maybe like set current time.
Yeah, that's what I like. And then open close parens. Yep.
Is that right?
That looks great to me. That indentation does not look great.
Oh boy, I better look at that later. You don't need any of that horse shit now. Okay, and now I will just immediately call it, and we've done really basically a sidestep.
Hopefully.
We're not doing anything all that interesting yet. Now we can do set timeout.
Yes, that sounds good.
And I believe the signature is name of function, milliseconds.
That sounds right. So what you've done right now is basically like when you load, it takes 1 second for it to then make the call, right? It sets a timeout for 1 second, and then it makes a call once. I think that there's a similar function to set timeout that I can't remember the name of that does it recurring.
Yeah. This one.
Does that sound familiar to you?
Yes, it does.
Okay, good.
Is it this one though, or is it set interval?
Yeah, set interval. That sounds right.
That's what it is. Okay, it's the same thing. It's just
you just change the name of it. Okay, so we should expect this then to refresh every second, right? Look at that. There it is. It's ticking like a clock.
And we're not so mad that we include seconds now because we're doing it every second.
I mean, you're not mad. I'm still like a little dying inside, but no, I think that's great. I think this is going to be really like I'll open a new tab and I'll look at it and I'll just like
watch
be
the seconds tick
hypnotized by the seconds, and then I'll be like, oh, just wasted.
What was I doing?
7 seconds.
Okay.
Yes. So I'm great with that. No. I have one more thing about this.
Great. Tell me.
Can you go to the HTML? Can we get rid of that 9:19 p.m.?
Oh, smart.
I don't like that.
What do you want it to stay?
Maybe nothing? What does it look like if it's nothing? No, not the word nothing. Like literally empty. That's a
good joke
sure.
until I change your tab. Okay, so it'll be like this. Ah, man.
So for the first second, we should see that there's nothing there. It kind of pops in.
What if we did
non-breaking space? You're programming like it's 1997.
Anybody got a spacer gift they can lend me?
Can you refresh that again? I missed it. Oh, that's perfect. I love it.
Okay. All right. I will amend that cheddar.
Wait, John, I have a better idea.
Yo.
I think it might be a better idea. Instead of calling set interval, set current, in addition to calling set interval, what if we just call set current time the first time? So this will like set it to now, basically as soon as the JavaScript is all ready to run. This might look cool. It might not.
It's gonna look
extremely It might still be enough of a delay that we're like, this sucks.
You might see it. I don't know. No, well.
Maybe keep the non-breaking space there.
Yeah, I do see a little flicker of movement. Okay, so let's leave that there. Yeah, that's nice.
I like that.
It's like a professional web page. Okay, cool. So we got that.
Not until we have a visitor counter on the bottom. Is it a professional web page?
True. And cheddar pair amend. No, I don't need to do it anymore. Okay, cool. So back to the plan, right? Make it look nicer. Well, I don't know about that, but I did do the time. Should I keep going?
Hey, guess what? Oh. While you were typing, I thought I figured out how to switch my camera, and instead I figured out how to turn my camera off.
Nice.
Not only one camera, but both of my cameras are now off. We are professional grade.
Plan. Can I push yet? Permission denied. You were busy working on your camera, and I was hoping you were busy working on my permissions. But that's okay.
I did actually. You should have rights, but I think you have to accept it first.
You're probably right. Let's see. I can do that over here. The fans love this kind of waiting around. Yeah, I have to accept this. View invitation. Accept. Boop. Okay. Look at that. So now I could go to that repo, doing a good job, and most important thing is that our faces are next to each other.
Look at you.
This is what programmer. You want.
Yep.
Okay.
Don't worry, that is on my list of things to make sure that I have set up before we do this next time.
I believe you. I mean, no one's saying you're lying.
Hey, do I hear your kid screaming?
That's very likely. I don't hear it because I have noise canceling headphones in.
I'm pretty sure I hear it.
But this mic will definitely pick it up. So that's a fun thing for the audience too.
It sounds like he's having a great time. He's probably watching us. That's probably why he's having a great time.
Yeah, that's like, exactly right.
Dad, you idiot! You have to accept it first. God.
Typical
so
dad.
Dumb.
Yeah.
So what else are we doing? What's the plan say?
I mean, it says see a pretty background image, and then can I get this see an inspiring message. I'm like probably more interested in the see an inspiring message out of many than I am in making the background image dynamic.
I think that's fine. I also think like, so I think we probably have about 10 minutes left.
Yeah.
And it feels like we can make notable progress in 10 minutes on the messages, whereas with the background image, we'll be like dealing with calling the API and
Like
probably
reading
not getting
docs.
anywhere. Yeah. I think that's fine.
And I think that too, because I think it's going to actually be pretty similar in spirit to some of the stuff we've already done. So we have a set current time function executing immediately, and then it's being called every 1 second. And so we're probably going to do something like set saying or set. What is this thing called? Set quote. What are you thinking this should be called?
I would say it would be. Yeah, I mean,
positive message.
Set message sounds good. Yeah.
Set message. There we go. We decided one. And so then again, we would use your favorite way of making a function with the function keyword, because you don't need anything else besides the function keyword. And then we'd be like, aside, maybe we'll grab the aside and then set its inner hoo-ha. So this would be like aside tag, maybe. Document, query selector, side, boop-a-doop. And then we could be like side tag children. Or no, it's like add child. I wish I had that commented out code right now. We can
you can go get it if you want to.
It's true. But I can also just look on GitHub. Doing this one. Okay, and just like go to the commits and just like, I don't know, where'd I do that? Is it here? No. Don't tell me. I have to learn. Here we go.
There you go.
Okay. So it's like something, append child, something.
Yeah. The other thing that would save you right here is GitHub Copilot.
Oh boy. Okay, so we probably want like message equals, I don't know, messages sample 1.
Maybe before we even do that, we can just like set something in here, set a value in here, like a hard-coded value.
Of course, you're right. Yank inner tag.
What did you just say? Yank inner tag? Is that a Vim thing?
Vimism. Okay. And then it's like const message here tag is document create element. Key in there. And then you're like message pair tag dot, the hell is it? Inner text. Oh, which I knew from up there, but oh well, I didn't think of it.
You found it.
And we append message pair tag. And then we can kill that. It'll always have that H2 Jon says I'm cool, but it'll at least dynamically show.
And we are never changing that. That's always going to be there.
Okay, it's hard to know that anything actually changed. So let's
change the word jacket to something else.
No, we gotta go
or that.
Oh man. Next stream. Okay, cool.
OMG. Cool.
So we have done
very nice. So this would assume that the messages came in as just basically one line. So like if you were to do 2 lines, if I had like a blank line separating paragraphs, we wouldn't see that because it would just show up as white space. So space. Kind of getting deeper into it is like, well, I really want it to be markdown. So I not only want to deal with multiple lines being multiple p tags, I also want the ability to do like H1s, H2s, etc. How would you like to approach this? What's the next step for you?
Yeah, for me, it would be removing the H2 from this side and making a commit at this point. And then I would want to research. I mean, I think it's nice that there's no dependencies with this project. So I might try to convince you of not maybe going the whole way to Markdown. But anyway, all that to say, you could use like a pre-tag or something like that and kind of like get around it a little bit. But I think for this, like,
as your product manager, product owner, I'm going to push back on this because I'm thinking about the data that I have, and there are definitely paragraphs to it. There are also emphases, the ability to emphasize specific words. And I would like to see that. And I would also like to see, I mean, I guess, I suppose like you could break it down into, you could field it into being things like the body, and then that H2 could be the title. And then there could be like, I'm also kind of thinking like, I want to know who said it. And I'd like it to maybe be italicized or something like that. And so to me, I was thinking, Markdown is a logical way to do that, because then I can write all that in just one little blurb. We could field it. The thing I don't like about fielding it is that I think that as Markdown, I think it's really, what's the word I'm looking for? Transportable. So totally. If I basically want to share it between browsers, I can like export it as Markdown, import it into another one. And it's like, there's no like database export or import. I said a lot of words. What do you think?
I still think this is a commit and that we should get to this
point
where we're
I'm sorry at least for interrupting that.
Dynamically setting the thing. So let's do that.
I guess I'm getting too far ahead.
I think you're getting too far ahead, but that's okay.
Okay.
A lot of product owners do that. So I've just basically removed everything.
I was going to say that too, but I'm glad that you said it so that they can say that you said it, not me.
Okay. All right. Thanks. So I've removed the bits inside of aside. It's just an empty tag. And then here we just real quick made a function that we execute on load that will find the aside, dump some content into it, and off we go. And so this could be something like dynamically set message. And it's not great, but okay, now I want to actually answer your question. So what I'm picturing is some sort of data entry process or some sort of thing you have to do to go from the content you have in your notes application to the Markdown. So you have to do that anyway. So you could write a little script in this project that like renders that Markdown as HTML, and then that's what gets stuffed into this function. So I'm saying, like, can we have it both ways?
Another
basically?
Step,
right?
Got
like a build step.
A build step that isn't part of the HTML. Like doesn't build the HTML, builds a specific like database format.
Exactly. So that the Chrome extension doesn't have to worry about at render time, changing it from Markdown to HTML.
Sure. I think I'm. You know what I think? I think that we should probably break.
We should break.
I don't think I'm still pretty convinced that I want the transportability of Markdown. And maybe it still exists. Yeah, maybe you're right, because I could keep that Markdown anywhere. I just am not. This is what we're going to pick up on next time. So
perfect. There was a Markdown file. Maybe it was on your machine about the agenda. That's the word I was trying to look for.
I think that's pushed up. If you look at I think there's a notes folder. There it is. Yeah.
So we smashed. We switched.
We sure did. We switched.
We are currently wrapping it up.
Yeah. What did we learn today?
Oh, did you hear that?
We learned that CSS takes time.
Right.
Maybe just for me. We did some text shadow stuff. It's not great. I might make it a little bit better. But we did it. We revived an old margin trick for centering.
Yep.
Whatever. And then we did some dynamic stuff. The set current time was not as hard as I thought it would be.
Yep.
That makes sense. And then setting the message, we now have we have a message that's going in. It's hard coded. Next time we hang out, what we'll probably do is we'll be pulling it from somewhere. We don't really know where yet, but you and I will talk about that offline.
That's great.
And then that's it.
I think we made some progress.
I think
Are you gonna install this version on your machine so that you hate it less?
Yes, for sure. At least I can read it. Yeah. This is cool. Next time we hang out, so our regular cadence is regular cadence. This will be the second time we've done it.
Yes.
Regular is every 2 weeks. You and I talked about that being the cadence that we want to do. I am not going to be available in 2 weeks. So we could do it in 3 weeks. Or if you wanted to find a special guest to hang out, for instance, there's a guy named Pavlos who I know would love to hang out with us and do whatever.
It is 2 a.m. for him, but
it is 2 a.m. and we would certainly have to change the time of it to account for him. But what do you want to do?
I think at this early stage of the game, it's really our choice. I don't think the fans are going to notice.
No.
So
I've been getting text messages nonstop from Gwyneth Paltrow about this show.
Gwyneth? Yeah.
Yes.
Gwendolyn. I mean, I'm tempted to try without you, but I just don't think it'd be the same. And so I think I just want to wait till the 10th.
Okay. I think that's fine.
Yeah.
Like you said, nobody's watching anyways. So
no.
It's our choice. All right. This is great. Fun. It's always fun. Next time I'll have a better camera angle. And I don't know. What'll you do different next time?
I'll try to have my kids scream less.
Oh, I don't care. He should be in the show, really. Did you finish your beer?
No, it's a tall boy. I've done the best I can over here.
Yeah, it's too much talking.
Yeah.
All right, cool. Jon. Let's kill it.
Love you.
Oh, I love you too.
Okay, bye.